Hey guys, Loco here. For you today, I have C9 versus CLG. So CLG's been going through a lot of problems. They've had teamwork issues, they've also had very big synergy issues between the players, and Crown has been individually underperforming. So they made a decision to bench Crown and bring in Pobelter. And this isn't a temporary thing. They had Pobelter permanently, and he is going to be finishing out the split from what it looks like and how they've been framing things to the public. On the other hand, for Cloud9, they beat every LCS team, so they are 8-0, and the only team they have left to beat is CLG to complete that coveted C90 meme. So yeah, I would say more important than a regular LCS game for both teams, so let's get right into the draft. Let's start with the weirdest things about this draft. Why is C9 banning Ornn, Yuumi, Soraka from blue side? They can definitely play these champions, so I was really surprised to see them ban these out. And luckily for me, I was actually playing Clash with Reaper last Sunday, and he was actually able to explain some of his thought process. C9 thinks there's other OP champions in the meta beyond these normal OPs, the Ornn, the Yuumi, the Soraka, the Aphelios, and it seems like they wanted to utilize it. So yeah, incredibly weird ban strategy, and I definitely hope it is more experimental. I can understand why C9 might think champs like Sett and Tahm Kench are also OP in NA, but yeah, just play Ornn, play Soraka, play Yuumi. These champions are so brain dead and so strong. And let's look at the rest of draft and the other weird things going on. So there was a lot of criticism on Twitter about Smoothie's Braum pick on 3. I do think it does look incredibly strange. You're picking Braum into Tahm Kench, usually that's a losing matchup, and there isn't crucial ultimates that you need to be blocking. So when there's stuff like Ornn ult, Braum is really great. When there's stuff like Nami in the game and you can block Nami ult, Braum is really great. But in this situation, the Braum pick is just CLG kind of defaulting into a pick. They didn't give it that much thought. So yeah, that also stood out as a really weird pick. And then the Rumble pick from Cloud9. So this is a Predator Rumble. And for those of you guys that didn't see Predator Rumble in LPL, I mean, no one's watching LPL right now because the games aren't on because of the coronavirus, but before that, there was a lot of Rumble played with Predator in the Mafia Cup. It's an extremely roam-heavy playstyle. It is very much a Doinby champion. You can push on pretty much anyone. By running Predator, you can roam to top or bot lane or enemy jungle very easily, and it spikes extremely hard at multiple points whenever you get your Sork boost, whenever you finish your Leandries. There's just so many times where Rumble is such a dangerous champ. And yeah, it's just a really good pick that did get nerfed, but is still very good at doing its job. So the Azir pick into Rumble, we also saw this from Ica when Crown was playing the Rumble for CLG. It's a very normal counter into Rumble. You can't really beat the Rumble that much in the early game, but as you get levels and as you get items, after I would say first back or maybe 1.5 back, you're able to really poke out the Rumble in lane and yeah, just fight for priority and make sure Rumble can't do the Rumble thing anymore, which is uninteractive gameplay where you just press Q and push the lane and roam around. I will say the draft that Cloud9 has is a don't try this at home kind of draft. It's very priority based. It's very playmaking based. For this kind of draft to work, your team has to be very on point about taking advantage of the opportunities given. It's the kind of draft that doesn't scale very well, but rather tries to win in the early game and snowball forward. So C9 has to make sure they're actually snowballing this game and they can't make big mistakes, or this game's going to get really messy and CLG is going to start mounting a comeback. As for CLG, this is a very traditional teamfight draft. You have your backline, you have the Gragas for engage, you have Aatrox that's kind of a flanker. Braum is also very much a teamfight champion. They don't have that much winning lanes, especially in the early game, so I'm pretty curious how it's going to turn out. They do have better teamfight though, so if they can withstand C9's early game, they might be able to do something mid-game. Anyways, those are the major win conditions. Now let's get on with the game. We're going to be starting with level 1, and I think this level 1 really shows who C9 is as a team. You can see Licorice starting Trinket, and they know Gragas is going to be starting Wraith or Wolves, and they're guessing he's going to be starting Wraith. And yeah, Licorice is here, messing with Wiggly, taking E level 1, able to slam him into Wraith. Wrigley tries to use Q and Smite to kill the big one, but he's not able to, and he has to flash out. And this is going to give Blabber a huge lead. And junglers are the most important roles early game. They have so much effect on the map. If your jungler's ahead on the enemy jungle, you can play aggressive in every lane. And that's exactly what C9 is going to be able to achieve. Make small sacrifices to make sure the important person in the right phase of the game gets ahead, and that's exactly what they did for Blabber here. You can really see how stupid the Braum pick was. I mean, they're just laning. Yes, C9's jungle was ahead, but the MF is down about 20 CS, and there's a giant wave built up, and C9's going to be able to set up for a dive. It's Ben starting with the ult on Smoothie, and yeah, it's going to be a clean kill for Blabber. Stixay did his best to try to prevent it with the ultimate and heal, but with the wave built up and Smoothie locked down by the Verisult, they didn't have a chance. And even if they were a little bit higher level, or they had more HP, I think it would have been really hard because Blabber's down there with flash and ult. So yeah, this dive was very, very guaranteed. C9 is really practiced as a team, and they know exactly what they need to be doing here. You can see Niski, Blabber, and Vulcan all move up to mid side to try to help Niski push out, because the next thing they're looking for is a bottom dive, and also they want to use the Herald. So Niski got chunked heavily in the situation where he was trying to get priority, so he's going to be recalling and TPing back here. Blabber using the Herald early. Zben looking for that ult, wants to time it with Rumble. The ult's going to whiff on the MF, and the Rumble's going to ult anyways. This isn't the greatest bottom dive or Herald usage, but it's still good enough. Pobelter stayed mid to make sure he keeps pushing out. As a Azir, it's really, really hard for him to move to bot lane, like checking into the river where he doesn't have vision. So this turret play was very guaranteed. And even though C9 isn't able to get a kill out of it, still being able to get first turret while CLG gets pretty much nothing is still really, really good. So this is a very similar situation as the play I showed you on bot side. You can see Blabber coming in to help Niski get priority to make sure it's going to make it hard for Pobelter to also move with Niski. And they're looking for the same thing on top side of the map. You can see Niski using Predator, now getting behind turret to make sure they can't get under turret, to make sure they can force the dive. Beautiful insect from Blabber. And yeah, the Rumble ult coming down after, the Varus ult coming down after, and Niski getting in there, getting overheated, using his Q. Perfectly done. Blabber getting out by the skin of his teeth. Pobelter TP'd in, tried to insect, but not going to work out. And now you have both Pobelter and Ruin stuck on their turret. This is not going to be good. Licorice dealing with both Wiggly and Ruin there. And now Ruin going to have to flash out also. C9 is just so good about pushing their lead onward. And I don't think CLG has the teamwork required or even the picks required to get through this early game. C9 is able to get the Herald, both Dragons, both side lane turrets so easily on them. Now you can see C9 accelerate the game even further. They're going to be playing for the second turret on bot side, and Pobelter's on the other side trying to split push. He knows if he's constantly getting jerked around by C9, like the team's never going to win. So yeah, CLG has to do things like this, but it's just very awkward because C9 is so forceful about things. Like normally, pre-20 minutes, you're not able to be playing for inhibitor turret, but C9 is. Now, Blabber, gonna go in for another insect here, beautifully done on the Misfortune, but the set ult wasn't the greatest, and he actually ends up pushing the CLG members back into them, and now Ruin's able to come in, Pobelter also came in with a nice insect, and yeah, CLG is gonna be able to clean up Cloud9. There still are moments like this where Cloud9 is making mistakes, but don't get me wrong, they are an extremely proactive team, and I do think they're playing a little bit loose on stage. And Licorice also talked about how if you're trying to play to be 18-0, you're not really playing to improve. So I don't think C9 has the goal of going undefeated. They just want to make sure they push themselves every game and take the opportunities to find out whether those are possible or not. Let's look at this play again. Really look at Licorice here. The Misfortune gets ulted back, and Licorice actually ends up ulting the Misfortune out of the Rumble ult and also back into the turrets. So yeah, Pobelter going to be able to come in here, get a nice insect on 3 people, and even though he ends up dying, this gives Ruin plenty of space to do damage on C9. So yeah, this is just C9 trolling, but still, nice insect, I guess, Blabber, and good reply by CLG. And yeah, Vulcan going to get killed here too. It's full point for C9, they already have 3 dragons, and then the Cloud Drake coming up is going to be able to give them Dragon Soul, so CLG wants to make sure this dragon does not go over to them. It's very important they can get somewhat of control on River, and they're not directly checking into C9 without any vision. Ooh, Licorice actually taking a lot of damage here. ulting, but he just kind of ulted himself into rest of CLG. And then the Rumble ult also connected on Smoothie, but not really on Stixay. So yeah, not the greatest from C9, but the rest of the 4 members are still very strong. And this game wasn't really played towards top lane, so Licorice dying isn't that big of a deal. Starting Dragon before CLG can really get here. Takes it and getting out. They're kiting backwards. I mean, Pobe is going in here, and he's just super desperate. Yeah, he got spotted by the pink ward, gonna get very ulted, insta-deleted. And CLG gonna have to run from this 4v4. Ooh, flash Q on Smoothie. Nice Q on Wiggly there by Blabber. Gets the aggro reset by Tom Kenchi. Picks up Smoothie. Licorice TP'd in once he reds. Able to land the E on Wiggly. And yeah, Wiggly's gonna end up dying too. So nicely done from C9. They're gonna be able to get the Cloud Drake and finish the Cloud Soul, and also now get Baron too. So yeah, game pretty much over. They got the Soul and they're gonna get the Baron also. And CLG just never really had a chance in the game. They drafted a comp without strong lanes that outscales, and C9 never let up. They were pedal to the metal from the get-go, and yeah, CLG just had to make desperate plays like this. I mean, we can watch this again. Pobelter's coming in from the angle. He knows he's on a pink ward, but he still has to go in. He just does not have a choice. And because he also doesn't know exactly where Zben is, he's walking in blind. It just, yeah, if they let Zben go there after they get sold, the game's over, so they have to look for something desperate. And rest of CLG just getting chased down. C9 has Cloud Soul now, so yeah, their movement speed is just much faster. And Wiggly gonna die also. This is gonna be the final push for C9. You can see them pushing up mid lane and top lane. They have Blaver in mid lane instead of Licorice, which is a little bit weird. I do think they would probably want to flank with Set and not Lee. Ooh, CLG trying to mount something. But Zben has flash, Nifty buying so much space. Licorice finally coming in, Blabber also flanking. Yeah, just nicely done from C9. They knew CLG had to get desperate and engage on them, and they were so ready for it. Vulcan with great E, Zben with great flash. Yeah, no one important on C9 was in danger, and they're able to end this game very cleanly. So overall, we got exactly what we expected. Cloud9 drafting their priority comp, Cloud9 drafting what they think is good. If I really have to take a guess, if Cloud9 was playing in playoffs or this was a really important game, they don't ban Ornn, Yuumi, Soraka. I think they want to practice other comps on stage, and they're taking LCS as a practice ground to really push themselves more so than try to win, because they're also just winning so easily, so they can get creative, they can do fun things, they can test out stuff, and that's what it feels like more so than, hey, Cloud9 thinks banning Yuumi, Ornn, Soraka is great on blue side. As for CLG, you just play the best team in the league and got destroyed. It's not the worst thing in the world for you, but still, the drafts that you guys are doing are problematic. Pobelter didn't randomly come in and fix the draft problem for the coaching staff and rest of the team. And yeah, we'll just have to see more from Pobelter before we can make a real judgment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I really do try to reply to all the comments. Some of it is really troll, some of it is just fucking stupid, but for the ones that are providing legitimate criticism and actually want to have a conversation, I'll reply back to you. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Later guys.